ladies, so today I'm going to show you a side shoulder 5-strand braid. And this seems pretty hard, but it's actually only really hard if you try and do it in the back. So if you try and do it on your shoulder, it's going to be much easier than if you tried to do it in the back, which I've done before and it hurts your hands. It's very tedious. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hairspray and make sure that my top is all how I want it. Now my hair looks like it has a good amount of volume right now, so I'm not going to tease or anything like that, create any extra tangle, but I will spray it down because I'm going to go out and meet some friends and it will most likely get messed up outside. So to prevent that, I'm going to spray it down, kind of comb over the top. Okay, now I'm going to gather all of my hair onto whatever shoulder that I want the braid to rest on. So I want it on my left shoulder and I'm going to put it on that side. So I'm going to just kind of play around with it, get it where I want it. Spray down the baby hairs. There. Alright, now I am going to take all my hair and divide it into 5 sections. Now the best thing to do with this, to lay it flat to divide it, is to take whatever hair is right here in the front and bring it kind of to the left. That way your hair is going to be much more comfortable than if you had just kind of randomly divided it up. So the hair here is going to the left. And I'm going to divide my hair into 5 sections. So basically you're just going to take 4 fingers and stick them in the middle here. There. You see there's 5 sections divided out. Now I'm going to separate each one of those sections and hold them in place. 2 sections. And 3 and 4. And 5. Alright, now I've got my sections all spread out. So, hold your sections in place in order. You're going to take the outermost section here, and I'm trying to get a high up grip because that way it makes your braid look better. Try and put your fingers high up and take the first outermost section on this side. You're going to go under the next one and over the next one. So now the one that was on the outside is in the middle. You're going to hold that. Now take this outermost section, you're going to bring it under the next one and over the middle section. So it's basically just going under, over, under, over, under, over. So this side goes under, over, that side goes under, over, this side under, over, that side under, over. And you just keep switching sections. So under, over, now that one's the new middle section. Next, you take the outside, you go under, over the middle section, and hold it in place. This one, under, over the middle section. I hope you all can see what I'm doing well enough. It's kind of hard to explain other than under, over, under, over. Next one, outside section, under this one, and over the next one. Outside, under, over, hold it in the middle. Outside, under, over, hold it in the middle. you can kind of see what my braid looks like now. It's really pretty. I like this kind of braid. So this outside goes under and over. Outside, under, over. Now the key to a 5-strand braid is basically don't get your sections mixed up. Just hold them in the exact place that they're going to be in. And when you get to 6 and 7 strands, it's a lot harder to hold in place. So to do a 5-strand is not actually that difficult compared to some of the ones I've done and the ones I've attempted and failed at, because the more strands you got, the harder it is to hold it in place and the more likely you will fail. So I recommend starting with a 4 or 5 strand braid before you try and go to a 6 or 7 strand, but you'll find that once you get to 4, 5, 6, 7 strands, the pattern is basically the same. It's basically under, over, or over, under, or some kind of variation of that. So once you master like the 4 strand, the 5 strand's pretty easy. Once you master the 5, the 6 is pretty easy. And then when you get to like 7, 8, it's pretty complicated anyway because there's too many strands at that point. But we're just worrying about the 5 strand. So I'm just gonna keep going under, over, and then on the other side, under, over. So 5 strand is one of the simpler multi-strand braids. You know, obviously a twist is gonna be more simple than a braid. 3 strand braid is gonna be more simple than 4 or 5, but just keep working at it. And I would recommend definitely start practicing braids on your shoulder. Because if you try and do it behind your head before you even know how to do it on your shoulder, you're gonna get so messed up and it's gonna be too complicated. So when you're learning a new braid, always try it on your shoulder first. It's just so much easier, way less headache. But in my opinion, a 5 strand on your shoulder is pretty simple. Especially compared to some of the other braids out there. This pattern is easier to remember because it's the same on both sides. You just take the outside, go under the next one, and over the next one. Take this outside, under, over the next one. So for 5 strands, you're just doing under, over, again and again and again. And that makes it fairly easy to remember the pattern. And when it gets to the point where your hair is kind of thinning out on one of the strands, or you can see like it's kind of getting messed up on the bottom here. So that is my cue to get a hair tie and finish it off. Got my hair tie. Basically, you're gonna find the place where it starts getting messed up. So in my opinion, it would probably be about right here. And you're gonna put the hair tie there. This will also make your hair look a lot thicker and fuller and more voluminous if you put the hair tie wherever your hair starts thinning out. Then your braids will look better and your hair will look thicker and longer. Because if I just braid all the way down, the end is gonna be nasty because your hair is thinner at the end, it starts getting a little wonky. So it's a lot better looking if you just quit braiding at the point where your hair starts looking a little bad. And your hair will look better. Now I'm just twirling it around my finger. My hair is wavy, so, well, slightly wavy. So when I twirl it around my finger, it'll do something like this. It'll kind of make it look pretty nice and kind of curled. So I always do that. And I recommend if your hair is like mine, just do this at the end. I think it's pretty. I like it. Next, I'm just going to be fixing anything. I'm tucking it behind my ear. You don't have to. If you want to leave it like this, then just leave it out from the beginning. That would look weird for me because I already had it tucked behind my ear. So I want it tucked behind my ear, and if you don't, then just leave your hair in front from when you first start braiding. Next, I'm going to just kind of tug on the braid a little tiny bit. Not much at all because my hair will probably fall out if I try and pancake it too much. But just to make it a little more fuller, or a little more full, I should say. Just kind of tug it a little bit and twirl the end. Now I'm going to spray and spray the braid as well. Both sides. And now I'm going to hold the braid in the air and not put it down back on my shirt until it's done drying. Because that way it'll dry in this position, but if I put it back right away, it'll dry a little bit messed up. Because it'll be smushed against the shirt, it'll dry that way. I don't want it to dry that way. So, holding it a little bit. And this side's going on my shoulder. Still drying. Just kind of smooth it down. Tuck behind the ear. Now I'm just going to twirl this around my finger while I wait for it to dry. I did a lot of hairspray, so it's taking a little bit more than a few seconds to dry. Alright, it's pretty much all dry. So this is the final hairstyle. I don't know if you can see very well. I think so. And I guess I'll just do a final spin anyway, even though it's on my shoulder. Here we go. So I hope y'all like this hairstyle. Here's a close-up of the braid, just so you can see it. Close up. Yeah, I hope this was helpful for y'all, and have a good day. Bye.